Hey, welcome! So today we are diving into something that, let's be honest, can sound a little intimidating, data science. But we're going to look at a way to make it powerful, super visual, and yeah, surprisingly easy to get into. Let's do this.
So let me ask you a question. When you hear AI or machine learning, does your brain just automatically picture, these endless screens of complicated code? Yeah, that's what most people think. And for a long time, that really was the only way.
But what if I told you there's a totally different approach? A way you could build some seriously powerful data models, not by typing code, but by literally just connecting some blocks on a screen. Well, that's exactly what Orange data mining is. The best part? It's completely free, it's open source, and it's built from the ground up for visual programming. It basically turns complex data analysis into this really intuitive, hands-on process. And here it is. This is what you see when you open it up. You can tell right away this is meant to be a playground for your data, not some scary wall of text. You can start a new project, pull up something recent, or even jump straight into some pre-built examples. So let's get into the nitty-gritty. How does Orange actually work? Honestly, the best way to think about it is like you're building with data Legos. The whole interface is split into two main parts. Over on the left, you've got your toolbox, and it's filled with these things called widgets. These are your building blocks. Each one does a specific job, like loading a file or creating a chart. Then on the right, you have this big open space called the workbench. That's your canvas, where you snap all those pieces together. And the process, it couldn't be simpler. You just grab a widget you need, you drag it onto the canvas, you draw a line to connect it to another one, and that creates your data flow. And at any point, you can just double-click a widget and see the results right away. It's instant. All right, enough theory. Talk is cheap, right? Let's actually see this thing in action. We're going to build a real machine learning model to solve one of the classic problems in data science, classifying iris flowers.
Okay, so first things first, every project needs data. We've dragged the file widget on here to load up that famous iris dataset. Then, we just connect it to a data table widget. A quick double click and boom, there's all our data, laid out nice and neat like a spreadsheet. No code, just instant insight. So what's our mission here? It's pretty straightforward. We want to teach the computer to predict the species of an iris flower using only the measurements of its petals and sepals.
And here's how we actually build that model. See this? We connect our data file to a logistic regression widget. That's just a standard solid machine learning algorithm. Then we feed both the model and our original data into the test and score widget. This is where the magic happens. This little guy trains the model and then immediately tells us how well it did.
And check out the result, 86.4% accuracy. Just think about that. In a matter of seconds, with a few clicks, we loaded data, we built a predictive model, and we tested it. We now have a model that can correctly identify an iris flower almost 9 times out of 10 without writing a single line of code. That's just awesome. But Orange isn't just for clean spreadsheets. It can go way beyond that. With some extra add-ons, it can start to understand the world a little more like we do. It can actually look at images and even understand text. So for example, using the Image Analytics add-on, we could just feed Orange a folder full of unlabeled cat and dog pictures. By using something called a clustering algorithm, which is really just a fancy way of saying find things that look similar, Orange can automatically sort them into groups, separating the cats from the dogs all by itself. And it can do the same for language. Here, we've loaded up a text document, a story, an article, whatever, and connected it to the word cloud widget. Instantly, the bigger words like turtle and rabbit pop out, showing us the main topics. It's like getting a summary of the whole document in a single glance. So, after seeing all this, what's the big idea? What's the main takeaway? Well, it's pretty clear. Data science isn't just for coders anymore. The big message here is that with tools like Orange, data science really is for everyone. It's for students, it's for business analysts, it's for scientists. Honestly, it's for anyone who's just a little bit curious. So let's just quickly recap. What makes Orange so cool? You've got a truly visual workflow. There is absolutely no coding required. You have these incredibly powerful tools for numbers, images, and text. And maybe most importantly, it just encourages you to play around, to experiment, and to discover things for yourself. So I'll leave you with this final thought. Think about all the data that's all around you, from the spreadsheets you use at work to the thousands of photos on your phone. What amazing patterns and stories are just sitting there, waiting to be found? With a tool like this, you actually have the power to find out.